Story 1. I am a very friendly person, and I love joking around with people I find funny. I will also try my best to help slightly more quiet people feel comfortable and included. The problem is, many times when it is a female, they take it as me hitting on them. I am practically married, and it is not my intention. I just love laughing with people and hearing about their lives and experiences. It makes me happy and gives me perspective. Story 2. Just because I sleep with my back facing you, doesn't mean I'm unhappy with our relationship. I just really enjoy sleeping with my face towards the open. Story 3. I'm big. I assume women are afraid of me by default. Please don't joke about how easily I could do something to you. Please do tell me how to make you more comfortable. Story 4. That me being alone or me rolling over does not mean I hate you. Sometimes I like to do my own thing, and sometimes it's more comfortable to lay on my other side. Story 5. Sex is not the zappy thing for men in black. You can't expect it to make me forget about your lousy behavior. Acting like I am just supposed to be happy about getting zapped because I am a guy is extra insulting. And if you are with a guy where intimacy is some potion that makes your actions not matter, Molly, you are in danger, girl. Story 6. I need regular alone time to relax and recharge. They always hear, I don't love you. I never get my alone time. Then they wonder why I'm grumpy and unpleasant to be around. Maybe because my battery is permanently drained. Story 7. I can guarantee to any woman that I absolutely will not be able to guess why she is mad. Just tell me for real. Just because I made my point in 2 simple sentences and I get how I can be misinterpreted. If you call your girlfriend or wife cruel names or are explicitly rude to her and then don't understand why she gets mad, you're inconsiderate. If you keep forgetting to take out the trash even after she warned you several times, you're inconsiderate. I'm talking more on the basis of not telling a guy why you're mad and then it turns out it's because he forgot to ask for your favorite sauce at Burger King, or because in your opinion he sounded a little distant on the phone, or because he forgot to do the dishes one time and you're already giving him the silent treatment. That's it. I'm not justifying the very real gaslighting that occurs in other situations. Story 8. When I say I'm not thinking about anything, it means I'm really not thinking about a thing. Or I'm thinking about the most random abstract thoughts in the world, and it would take a year to explain. Either way, there is no hidden agenda when I respond saying I'm not thinking about anything. Story 9. We can go years without hearing a genuine compliment. I literally cannot remember the last time any member of my immediate or extended family gave me a genuine compliment. And I never tell them this because the result would be a pro forma, oh, but of course we love you and you're so good at so many things, style deluge of remarks of questionable sincerity, and it would all be forgotten the next day. The television show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend had a plot point where a guy had a letter from a woman that said things like, "You're my hero. I believe in you. You make a difference in the world." He carried it with him in a chest pocket everywhere he went, and I saw online a remark from a woman about how corny that was. I was thinking, if I'd ever got a letter like that from anyone, I'd carry it with me everywhere I went to and read it 20 times a day. Story 10. I'm really, honestly, not emotionally deep. I don't have hidden agendas. When I am clueless or do something stupid, it's because I really am clueless and stupid regarding emotions. Story 11. Being the initiator is challenging. All the pressure is on you to show off and whatnot. It gives me, and I'm sure other guys, a lot of anxiety. Edit. Thanks for the encouragement and all the positive feedback. I did not see that coming at all. Hopefully, this bit of insight helps some people in the dating and relationship side of things. Story 12. I do not get hints. Subtle hints? No. Regular hints? No. Slap you in the face hints? No. If you want me to do something, please just ask me to do the thing. Story 13. There are all kinds of classics here that end up on a lot of other threads, such as having to be the initiator, not thinking about anything, and straightforwardness. However, one that I've noticed recently is that many behaviors tolerated or even encouraged for women are seen as creepy for men. For example, I am a 6'3", 240-pound, burly man, but I am great with kids. They seem to gravitate toward me, and I love playing with them. However, whenever this happens, I end up getting dirty looks because, apparently, a man can only have inappropriate intentions when playing with kids. Story 14. If you expect me to put heart and meaning into gifting you for holidays, specifically Valentine's Day, I would like the same. Using sex is a lazy gift. Story 15. That when I open up to you emotionally, I'm not looking for you to fix anything or even say anything. I just want you to understand me and use that to help us grow together. It doesn't need to be something that gets brought up often, nor does it need to be silenced outright. I just want you to have that information so you can gain a better understanding of me. A silent hug and maybe hearing that you care about me is all I need. Story 16. Most women I encounter think I am gay. I do not have an issue with it, but when it hurts my chances with a girl because she thinks I am something I am not, then it is an issue. I just try to be nice and connect with people on a deep level, but most of the time it is automatically assumed that I like men rather than women. However that works. Story 17. I do not consider cheating. If I am with you, then I want to be with you. Nobody else has a romantic spot. Edit. Thank you all so much for blowing up this comment. This is the first thing I have posted that has hit more than 30 upvotes. Story 18. If I take 30 minutes to poop in my own bathroom in my own house, then that's my own business. Edit. My current girlfriend is really cool about the half-hour pooping. She even spruced up my bathroom for me and got me a top-of-the-line bidet. The saying above is due to previous girlfriends getting upset. Edit. Also, I have my own bathroom in the basement. I wouldn't take half-hour bathroom breaks if there was only one bathroom. Story 19. It drives me insane when a woman tries to use sex as some sort of bargaining chip. Open your own pickle jar, Sandra. If you need me for something important, I'll be in the bedroom. Story 20. It used to be a common conception among women that the male endgame of a date is sex. I don't know if it still is, but I just want to get to know someone and watch movies together with cuddles. Sex can happen and I'll be happy, but it doesn't have to happen on a certain date. I want the dating process to be more like friends learning about one another and finding a mutual spark of attraction. Story 21. I have muscles, but I still like nerdy things. In the past, I've dated women who were interested in me initially but have said, "Oh, you're just a nerd," when I open up about things I'm interested in, and then the relationship or fling falls apart a couple of weeks after that. That really hurts, and it makes opening up for the next person that much more difficult. Story 22. When you ask what I am thinking and I say nothing, I really mean nothing. The most complex thoughts I have at those times are pretty cloud or, that's a bunny. It is also possible for me to not want sex at that moment. Maybe I would just rather cuddle than be sexual. It is beyond me how she can turn me down, and a simple no is good enough for me. But if I say no, she goes through a midlife crisis. Bit of a hyperbole, but you get my point. Story 23. Initiating everything gets exhausting. Start a conversation. Ask us on a date. Demonstrate that you actually want to spend time with us sometimes. A woman who can tell us what restaurant she wants to eat at is halfway to a wedding ring already. Story 24. I am not always thinking about sex, and I do not want to have sex with every woman I see. I am perfectly comfortable just being friends with a woman. Story 25. I have emotions. I feel them just like her, but I struggle voicing them in a healthy way. It is way harder to approach women than they make it seem. I like to be reassured just like her. Story 26. We can have body dysmorphia too. I don't think most people would think so, as I'm a 6 feet 5 inches overweight man. But all I see is acne, slim eyes, a weird chin and jaw, and my legs look awkward when I walk. There are days I don't want to leave the house. One of the big reasons why I think it's misunderstood is because I actually tried to get help, but my therapist wouldn't even take me seriously. There are a lot of men and boys suffering just like me, and we deserve to be taken equally as seriously. Story 27. Men do not get affection. Please do not treat men as if life is easy for them. Many of them do not even have a single friend, and those who do might not have had a hug for months or even years. Men also do not receive compliments. While having people constantly comment on your appearance can be overwhelming, most men are lucky to receive one compliment every 2 or 3 years. Edit. Just adding this, women almost never initiate anything. If you ask a guy out, even if he does not say yes, he will be delighted that someone took interest. Story 28. Anything you would appreciate, I would probably appreciate just the same. You like to feel safe, protected? So do I. You like to be treated like a princess or a queen? So do I. I would like flowers too, and hugs, and stuffed animals. Don't look at me weird when I ask when was the last time you bought me chocolates and flowers. Edit. A bunch of comments mentioned that their partners didn't like such gifts. I can understand that different people have different preferences. My point is, all humans don't fit in the classic gender stereotypes, and that's fine. Just don't assume and label. Communicate instead. Story 29. Yes, I want sex tonight, and I don't want to feel weird for wanting to have sex with my wife. It's perfectly okay to want to have sex with your life partner, and it's perfectly okay for her to say no if she doesn't want to have sex. Just please don't make me feel weird. Story 30. Emotionally. If I say it, I mean it. If I don't say it, I don't mean it. I feel as if when there is a breakdown in communication between my wife and me, it is because she is focused on what she thinks I'm saying or feeling instead of just realizing I'm expressing exactly what I'm feeling. Story 31. My wife thinks I tell her every outfit looks good and her makeup looks good just to make her happy. In reality, I couldn't care less if she wore makeup or what clothes she wore because I love her so much. Story 32. Sometimes, men are repressing or bottling up emotions. Sometimes, men actually don't get as upset or emotional about some of the things a lot of women do. Story 33. I'm a guy in theater, and it gets exhausting after hearing the ladies say, men are trash type statements from time to time. I understand that it's not intended to be directed at all men or even me specifically, but I still see and hear it, and it hurts. It feels like part of my identity is wrong, and that I have inherent flaws which keep me from truly fitting in. Story 34. I've taken college courses that are mostly made up of women. In one of those classes, the teacher had each group of the opposite sex ask each other questions. Nearly every girl asked, "Why do guys cheat?" or something to that extent. I did not and still don't know what to say to that. Guys who cheat do so for the same reason girls do. They're a person who didn't want to break it off. Not every guy has some secret agenda to cheat. Story 35. I do have a deep and emotional past, but that doesn't mean I want to share it with them. A lot of the time, women I know get caught in being supportive of men being emotional. I believe that's great and needs to happen a lot more. But I have trouble opening up to people I don't deeply trust. So when I say I don't want to talk about my issues with them, they usually assume it's because I'm afraid of being emotional or something. I'm not. With people I really trust, I talk a lot about the things troubling me. But I just can't do that when that trust isn't there. Basically, what I'm saying is when I don't want to be deep with someone, it's not because of toxic masculinity, a fear of being seen as weak, or some other social issues surrounding men's mental health. It's because I still need that base relationship of really strong trust. Story 36. For more than 25 years, I have tried to explain the concept of alone time or doing nothing alone. It does not mean I do not want to spend time with you, just not all the time with you. Maybe 26 is the year. Story 37. I promise you I'm going to end up crying before you do. I'm emotional and sometimes need a bit more support than the average guy. A warning I give every woman that I start dating. Every single one always says they are up for it, and every single one gets worn down by it, even though I've worked hard at understanding what I have to just eat down and work through myself. Story 38. We like being cuddled too. The most peaceful place I have ever laid my head is on my girlfriend's chest, listening to her soft yet quickening heartbeat. Story 39. Sometimes we want to be the little spoon too. This is kind of a metaphor for relationships in general. It can be exhausting always having to put on a brave face. Men like to feel like we are good providers and protectors, but sometimes we just want to be held. Story 40. Some women mistake my gentleness for weakness. Growing up, one of my models for masculinity was my maternal grandfather. He grew up before Hollywood, in a stoic Lutheran culture, with relatively little messaging that men should be macho. He showed strength through actions, and forgiveness was important to him. Most women are okay with that, but occasionally some have tried to belittle me. Another aspect is that I grew up in a rural area, having to fight my classmates on a regular basis so that they would leave me alone. I exercise restraint in response to slight disrespect to ensure that I don't get angry enough to become violent. Story 41. When I was still dating, I'd get girls saying I'm only in it for the sex, as if I'm only capable of one motivating factor. I never understood why I had to choose between wanting to get to know someone as a person and having sex with them. Can't I want both? Story 42. Seriously, I hate it when I have to share my stuff if you don't know how important or expensive it is. If you break it, I am upset. If you don't break it, I am nervous until you do. Story 43. Needing alone time after coming home does not mean I am anything less than absolutely thrilled to see you. I just need to shake off the outside world and decompress into our home. Story 44. I don't like talking about drama and small world nonsense, but I will listen because I understand that you need to get that stuff out. Therefore, I participate by saying things like, wow, asking questions or saying, that's whack. So, in turn, I expect you to do some stuff that I want to do even if you're not interested with a smile or enthusiasm. Play video games or Dungeons and Dragons with me. When I ask you a philosophical question, think about it and answer. I'm asking because it matters even if it seems dumb. You don't want to be alone in your external interactions, and I don't want to be alone in my internal thoughts. Hey, thanks for the rewards. Remember to carve out some space for yourselves, friends. It's okay to ask for and take time for yourself. Take time to have hobbies and be yourself. After 8 years, my wife wants me to go play magic or see a concert with friends. Just be clear that you are going to take an hour or two.